Hey, Joanne here. Welcome back to Blind Knitting. This is part 2 of our dishcloth. And yes, there is going to be a pattern in the dishcloth. It's made simple knits and purls and how they're positioned. I'm not going to tell you what the pattern is. I'm going to let you work along with me and figure it out. But before we start row 8, please find 2 stitch markers and have them handy. You're going to put them on the right needle after you complete 5 stitches. So let's start with row 8. We're going to, again, because I like to slip the first stitch off of the left needle onto the right needle, pull the yarn forward with your left, with the right needle, pull the yarn forward on the left with the left index finger so that the yarn is down as if you were about to purl, and then take the tips of your needles, put them together, and slide the right tip down the left needle underneath that first leg of the very first stitch, and just simply lift it off as so it stays on the right needle. Take your yarn and put it in the back, because again, knit, purl, knit, purl. This is all we're going to do for the first 5 stitches. Lift, knit, purl, knit, purl. This is on every row, okay, from here until we get to the next border. And the border, by the way, is the 7 rows you just did. That's called a border, and now we're going to create the border on the right and the left side. So this, your first stitch is now a knit. So again, have your needle tips pointing. For the knit stitch, you're going to have the yarn in the back. You're going to slide the right needle down to that first bump, go over the bump, underneath the left needle, under and between those 2 legs on that left needle. Grab the yarn from behind and pull it up and through those 2 same legs off of that first stitch, and simply slide it up and over onto the right needle. Now the next stitch is going to be a purl. Pull your yarn forward with your index finger. Again, needle tips touching. Slide the right needle down the left underneath and through that first leg, still pointing to the left with the right needle. Take your yarn up and around and underneath. So now your finger's almost in the same position. Attach that right needle to the left needle and slide it underneath and up and off. The stitch comes off the left needle, and now you have a stitch on your right needle. Okay, one more knit. Yarn in back, which is away from you. Put your needle tips together, slide your right needle down over that first bump, go underneath the needle, in between those 2 legs of yarn, grab the yarn from the back with the right needle, pull it through those 2 legs, and pull it up, and this should effectively slide that left stitch off, and now you have a stitch on your right needle. Next stitch is a purl. You're going to pull that forward, pull your yarn forward, tips touching, slide the right needle down underneath the left needle, in between those 2 legs, still pointing to the left. Take your index finger in the yarn, go up and over and around and underneath. Put the tip on the base of the left needle, the tip of the right needle on the base of the left needle. Slide through those 2 holes, effectively pulling that yarn through, and then lift that stitch off the left needle. Now you have an extra stitch on your right needle, and you should have 5. Your first slip stitch, knit, purl, knit, purl. Every row is going to start like this, every row. Okay, then take one of your stitch markers and place it on your right needle in between those 2, the next stitch and the one you just finished. This is going to help you differentiate where your border is. I've been knitting 50 years. I still use stitch markers. They're handy. I don't have to count. Okay, now we're going to knit across 37 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and remember the knit stitch is the yarn is in the back away from you, and you're going in from the front, out through the back, grabbing the loop, and pulling it through, grabbing the yarn and pulling it through. Tips touching, down, over the bump, underneath, through the legs of the yarn. Scoop the yarn from behind, pull between those two legs, pull it up, and pull off with that left stitch now, which becomes now. Now sits on the right needle. Oh, I'm having fun talking today. All right, so go ahead and finish this row, or finish to the last 5 stitches. Leave 5 stitches on your left needle. Knit across 37 stitches, and I'll be right back. All right, I have 5 stitches left, and this is going to form your other border. So when you finish your 37th knit stitch, pick up your other marker and slide it on to your right needle. And then we're going to do purl, knit, and then knit your last stitch. So we're going to purl, which means your yarn in front, go underneath the first leg, wrap the yarn around, pull it, and then pull through. Next stitch is knit, yarn in back, go over the first bump, underneath, in between the two legs, go behind, pull that yarn, pull it forward. I know I'm not giving a full description, but I'm hoping you have been practicing. Okay, next stitch is a purl. Make sure your yarn is front, go in from the right to the left, pull around, wrap the yarn around, go underneath and pull out the other side. One more knit stitch, around to the back, go over the bump, in from the front to the back, grab the yarn, pull it through the two legs coming off the left needle. You have 1 stitch left, and again, when I do these patterns, I always knit the last stitch. So just knit that stitch, and you have just completed row 8. And then we're going to turn. This is now what we're referring to as the wrong side, or the back side of the pattern. The other side is the right side or the front side, which is going to show visibly the more of the pattern. But now again, so you're starting your row exactly the same as every other row until we get closer to the border. I'm going to bring your yarn forward, lift that first stitch off, knit, purl, knit, purl, and now you're just going to simply slide that stitch marker over from the left to the right. And then you're going to bring your yarn to the front, closer to you, facing you, because now you're going to purl across to the other stitch marker. So remember, yarn in front towards you is in front of the project, which is towards you. So meet down, go underneath, wrap the yarn around, pull underneath and out the other side. Go down, underneath, wrap the yarn around, pull through and out the other side. Down, through, and there. So keep doing the purl stitch, and I'll meet you on the other side, right near the border, where the other stitch marker is. Go purl to the stitch marker. Okay, and I'm at the end of row 9. I'm trying to get the camera to stop wobbling, and now we're back at the other stitch marker, and you're simply going to slide it over the left needle onto the right needle, and then you're going to, in the last 5 stitches at every row is going to be like this: purl, knit, purl, knit. So purl your first stitch, yarn in front, over, around, and through, knit your next stitch, yarn in back, from the left through to the back of the right, pull through and forward, purl stitch, yarn in front, underneath, wrap around and push, pull out the back, knit stitch, yarn in back, over that first stitch, through the 2 legs on the needle, pull the yarn forward, and your last stitch is a knit stitch, and simply knit that off. All right. Now we're going to do 2 more rows exactly like that. So what we're going to do is do your first 5 stitches, knit, purl, knit, knit, purl. Don't forget to lift the first one, knit, purl, and then knit, purl, knit, purl. I know I didn't explain that well, but slide your stitch marker and then knit across to the end of the stitch, or to the end of the row. Tra-la-la. Keep going. Okay, I'm gonna pause here because I'm not gonna let you make me. I'm not gonna make you watch me listen to me count 37 stitches. Be right back. Okay, this is the end of row 10. Now we're at the last 5 stitches. Slip your stitch marker from the left to the right, and again your last 5 stitches, purl, knit, knit, purl, knit, purl, yarn in front, knit, yarn in back, and your last stitch, knit. Turn your yarn, turn your project. So now all the stitches are on your left side, and again your first 5 stitches are exactly the same. So to pull your first stitch forward, pull the yarn from your left stitch. Oh my goodness, shall I try that again? Pull the yarn forward from your left finger, there we go, and just slip that first stitch off onto the right needle from the left. Put the yarn in the back, because again, first 5 stitches, knit. Put the yarn in front, purl. Put the yarn in back, knit. Put the yarn in front, purl. And slip your marker. And then you're going to purl across to the other marker, and I'll meet you there. Purl, 1, 2, 3. I'll be back in a minute. Oops. Okie dokie, we're at the last 5 stitches. And now we're just going to slip, whoops, oh I did get it, I thought I dropped it. Okay, slip the stitch marker from the left to the right, and again your last 5 stitches, purl, knit, knit. So purl, yarn in front, around under an oat, didn't say that right, but you got the idea. Knit, yarn in back, from the front to the back, pull forward through, yarn in front for a purl, yarn in back for a knit, and your last knit stitch. And this does create a very nice flat edge. You can actually start to feel it now with a few stitches. And then flip your yarn over, and when we come back, which will probably be tomorrow, I'm going to try and do this a couple days, couple rows at a time, because we're already 13.5 minutes. And we will start the pattern on the next row. So I will see you tomorrow. And don't forget, if you have comments, please leave a comment. And if you don't, that's okay too. But if you are able, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. You never know who might want to learn to knit and listen to me babble. All right, take care. And please be kind to yourself, be gentle with yourself. Bye for now.